Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot Readings. Cancer, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're all doing amazing. Of course, Cancer, it's always a pleasure to do your tarot reading. And let's have a look at Singles Update, the big energies for December 2025. So let's get started. However, though, Cancer, I will be starting first with the Who Is It Oracle cards. These cards will mention some sort of feature regarding the person that you're supposed to meet next. So let's have a look. Let's get started. What is it that we need to know? Okay. Quick shuffle. What do we need to know, please? Okay. What do we have? What do we have? Ooh, nice. Red head. Beautiful red head. So there can be different shades of red head. Keep an eye out. Let's have a look at the tarot now, Cancer. Let's find out more about single life. Okay. And just a quick announcement, Cancer, I am open for personal tarot reading. So if you do have a question, of course, you can send me through your question. I'll be more than happy to do your tarot reading. Also, we have our Master Tarot course available. So if you do wish to learn tarot, check out our Master Tarot course. It's available now. You can look at a sample video also if you kind of like get the gist, if you know what this is for me, or maybe, you know what, maybe later. Also, don't forget to check out our we should say more our love guide. It's a master love guide available, over 200 pages, and we teach you everything regarding love tarot. Everything. If you want to read for yourself, you want to get to know, is this person right for me? Check it out. It's down below in the description box. Well, let's focus now back here. Single love energies, December 2025, please. You're ready to come out of your cave. Cancer, here we have the Hermit, a lot of contemplation. The big energy here is life has been a lesson for you. You have learned so much through people, through their actions, and you've also learned a lot about yourself. You also have the Knight of Cups and also the Ace of Cups. You're going to make a very good decision with your heart and you're going to go for it. Here you have the Ace of Cups. This is the beginning of a new relationship. As you can see, the water is pouring out, which signifies emotional connection, emotional abundance, happiness, butterflies in your stomach. You know, when you like someone and you feel nervous to the point, oh my God, I don't want to say anything stupid. Exactly. That's exactly how it's going to feel like. It's going to feel exciting. Let's look at your cards, Cancer. Okay. So let's look at your cards. You have the Two of Wands and also the Ten of Cups here. So Two of Wands, all twos represent decision making. You're holding onto the phone. So the world is already your oyster, Cancer. You will be making a decision, but you're going to feel motivated to make a decision here. Even though sometimes, because one of the things I'm really getting, sometimes can we even be bored? Can we even be bothered to go out with someone, do the whole thing all over again? Part of you saying yes and a part of you saying no. But ultimately, you do want the Ten of Cups. You want the Ten of Cups. You want that happily ever after. You know, that emotional abundance, that emotional happiness. Are you going to get that? Absolutely yes, Cancer. You know, some people ask me, which one's better? The Ten of Cups or the Ace of Cups? To be blessed already, Cancer, that you've got the Ten of Cups. I'm also the Ace of Cups, means that you're on the right track here. This is beautiful. So yes, the person that comes into your life will bring also the Ten of Cups. Happiness, joy, and happily ever after. Literally a Cinderella story. Let's look at your person. So we do have the Star, okay, and also the Hanged Man. Beautiful. So this person, they're not losing hope when it comes to love. They're not losing hope. On the contrary, they're still holding on to that string of hope. that string of wishes coming true. They still believe in love, which is excellent. The star represents also washing away negativity, letting go of old beliefs, letting go of old ideas that they may have. And we also have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man also suggests for your person to start doing things differently. They even know that they need to approach things differently because as you can see, we can see the light surrounding this person's head. This means start to do things differently. During when there is a period where nothing is happening, that is the best time when we start to get messages from the universe, from our spirit team, guiding us, even showing us very subtle signs on what to do. And this person, they are going to start getting those messages. What else do we have? Cancer. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords does represent someone that is single, of course. Obviously, yes, we are doing a singles reading. What do you notice? When you look at this picture clearly, what are we seeing here? Your head is above the clouds, which means you have a very good trait, Cancer, to spot people that are time wasters, also people that have really good intentions. So your head is above the cloud. You know what to spot people versus bad people. So we have the bird in the far distance. That means something is on its way to you, Cancer. And the sword is pointing up. That also means communication is going to be very important to you. You want to be able to connect with someone. You want to be able to have a conversation and not go through awkward silences. So communication will be really, really good. And I feel, Cancer, that you may be judging this person more from a logical perspective. I don't feel like you're going to be using so much your emotions or your heart to make a decision here. The reason why I also say that because of the Hermit. The Hermit can really discern, does this person have right intentions for me or are they here to play games? You can already distinguish that. You can be very discerning who to let into your life and who to ignore. The thing is, Cancer, because you do have also the Four of Cups, do not ignore the people that are coming into your life, especially with the Four of Cups. As you can see, this beautiful cup is being given towards you. Look at you. What I said here, I feel like sometimes there are moments where you're like, I want to do this, but I'm not bothered sometimes. This card is representing exactly that. There may be times, Cancer, where you don't feel like going out or you don't feel like doing something. Somehow I need you to push that aside and just do it because this is a card of taking action. Look at this. You've got the phone here. You're holding onto a wand already. It means take action. Sometimes even with the Four of Cups, that can show that we're feeling melancholic. We're upset about the past. It's a part of inaction. The thing is, Cancer, I need to really emphasize this card because if you don't take action, well, you're one card away from the Five of Cups, the card of regret, shame. Oh, I wish I did that. You don't want that. So any opportunities, invitations that may come your way, even if you don't feel like it, go and have fun because that's going to lead to the Ten of Cups, Cancer. So let's clarify, Cancer. Let's find out what else do we need to know. I feel like sometimes, especially because of the Queen of Swords has made an appearance, because we've been single for so long, it's become the norm. Let's bring that excitement back into our life here with the Four of Cups. Let's grab onto this opportunity and let's cheer to it. Okay, let's have a look. What does Cancer need to know, please, regarding the beautiful love energies? What does Cancer need to know? So do you remember when I said you're one cut away from the Five of Cups? Look at right there. That's the card of regret. You don't want to do that. So please, any invitations that come your way, Just go for it. Because one thing can lead to another, Cancer. The Two of Wands. There we go. We have the Judgment card. Now, this is interesting. So the Judgment card, you're making a judgment call. You're in a position of power, Cancer, where there may be certain messages, there may be invitations coming your way, and you're going to make a judgment call. Should I do this or not? Should I go? Yes or no? The thing is, you've got to remember with the Judgment card, it gives you the epiphany. It gives you ideas. It's like, oh, this sounds really, really good. And the Judgment card can also speed up the pace for all of this to happen. So like I said, don't reject any ideas. Say yes. You may even receive invitations from people that you haven't heard from in a while, old friends, old colleagues. Something can come through because this is the card of resurrection, people from your past. And should you say yes? Absolutely. Go for it. Yes, yes, yes. There's the Page of Cups. There is your surprise message. A surprise message leads to the Ten of Cups. So I come to notice that we're getting messages. You know, the Two of Wands, we've got the phone there. Now we've got the Page of Cups. That's your surprise message. You see the fish jumping out of the chalice. That's like, oh, wow, surprise. Did not expect that notification. So do check your phone. Even on social media, WhatsApp, emails, you know, I feel like as we get closer to December, there will be really fun messages. Say yes, Cancer, and go for it too. What do we have? Okay. So now we have here the Queen of Pentacles. I'm loving the energy of this person because they have really strong morals, values too. And the fact that they are represented as the Queen of Pentacles, it shows someone that's very grounded and they have really beautiful traditional values in the sense they do prefer long-term committed relationships. They prefer perhaps, and again, it's either a committed relationship or this is someone that they really value marriage. They value partnership, commitment, support for each other. Really, really good values. And this person, what are they doing? They're going to offer you a golden opportunity. See this gold pentacle right there? This is something solid. This is something reliable. If I see sometimes the queen or the king of pentacles, that's probably one of my favorite because it's so reliable and grounded. You know, they're not here to play games or, you know, break your heart. On the contrary, Cancer, they're looking for something long term. Oh, this gets better and better. The Sun, blessings, harmony. So they're going to be finding blessings and harmony through time, actually, especially during the hot summer months too. I feel that because they also have the Sun, Cancer, they're going to even be providing a very nurturing and healing nature here. You're going to see something different that you haven't experienced before. Person that's very soft, very caring, nurturing, but also very, very fun too. They're looking for love. You can clearly see this, but they're also looking for someone that's healing. They're not looking for a psychologist or for you to fix their problems. It's not that. They're just looking for someone that can be also nurturing too. The Sun is beautiful. So this person is definitely a lot of fun, Cancer. They're not boring. I definitely feel because the Sun is right there, they may enjoy the outdoors, you know, to have fun. They're probably looking for this ultimate person to be their outdoors partner here. So having fun, they want to explore, they want to have more fun now. And I feel that you're going to see that too, Cancer. You're going to see, God, this person's really, really fun. The Queen of Swords, yeah, there we go. The Ten of Swords, Cancer. You know what it's like to hit rock bottom. You know what it's like to be stabbed behind the back. You know. And with the Queen of Swords, sometimes when we do experience the Ten of Swords, you know, sometimes we can be like a little bit on guard. Notice the Queen of Swords. She's holding her sword. You know, sometimes we can be a little bit on guard in the sense, okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Go for it. Talk. I get that. Remember, Cancer. You're coming towards the end of your pain and your sorrow. Why do I say that? Because this rolls over to the Ace of Swords. You're starting that mental breakthrough. The Ten of Swords also is the card of release and healing. You are releasing yourself from burdens, from hardships, people that really turned their back on you, you're releasing yourself from that, Cancer. For some of you, you have severed ties with people, perhaps even this year, and you're still feeling the effects of the Ten of Swords. Don't worry. I do want you, though, to think a little bit more with your heart, too. It's okay to be gentle, to be not so much, okay, what do you want? On the contrary, Cancer, it's okay to also feel, too. What is your heart telling you? Don't think so much with your head. You get that. But also, what is your heart telling you? The Four of Cups. Notice, okay, we keep getting fours, Cancer. Now, remember what I said with the Four of Cups? Don't miss out on this opportunity. And also, don't keep this person at an arm's length, like distant. People can sense that. People can feel that. The Four of Pentacles, especially for a love spread, can also mean that we're afraid of losing ourselves. We may be afraid of being vulnerable again, afraid of being hurt. There's a lot of what ifs with this cup because this is King Midas. What's King Midas doing? Holding onto the pentacles close to his chest. So, Cancer, you can reveal all your secrets in the beginning. That's fine. That's okay. Remember, because you've had double fours here, it means we got to plan how to do things differently now. You got the Eight of Pentacles and also the Queen of Swords again. Notice that the Queen of Swords has jumped out again. Something that I want to emphasize here, do not dismiss this opportunity because you're too busy. I don't have time for this. I need to work. I need to focus on my career. I need to focus on my ambitions, my dreams. You absolutely can still focus on your ambitions and your dreams, but don't let it be just that part of your life. We need to start making room also for this person that wants to come into your life. And look at this. There's that King of Pentacles. Notice something amazing that has jumped out in this tarot reading. King and also the Queen of Pentacles. This is already solidifying that this is the it couple. This is the power couple. Both of you are really going to complement each other. Both of you are going to support each other. Most of all, notice something. We need to start making these changes right now, Cancer, because the King of Pentacles is looking right now into the present moment. So we need to start making room for people, for love to come into our lives right now because of the present moment. This person, however, this person that's coming into your life, they're looking towards the future because they're still holding on to hope. We have the Star card here. They're holding on to hope. They're not losing beautiful hope when it comes to love. So let's make these changes right now, Cancer. Because once you start to change your story, you also change the outcome. How amazing. So Cancer, what I love especially about this card, this tarot reading, we have the Sun. We have a major arcana here. We also have the Judgment card here, another major arcana here. So there is things happening behind the scenes. You just need to take action here, Cancer, and just start making room for love. And any invitations that come your way, say yes. But overall, Cancer, I absolutely loved this reading. Remember, you're represented as the crab. The crab can adjust from being inland and being on water. So we need to start to adjust and adapt how we do things. Overall, Cancer, this is a beautiful reading. The next person you're going to be with, it's going to create so much happiness here with the Ten of Cups. How beautiful. Cancer, please enjoy the rest of your day and power to you. Bye for now.